Mr. Whitman cautions Powell not to make any hasty decisions. Why don't you sleep in the camper just for tonight? You can make up your mind in the morning. He gives him the keys and says, go take a look inside and see if you'd like a hot shower. Powell opens the door and can't believe his eyes. There's a shower, food, drinks, bunks for 4 people, just like Whitman said. Powell jumps down and kneels on the ground with the dog, and Whitman says the dog is welcome as well, and there's a complete medical supply if you want to address the dog's wounds. Powell says, if I wake up and this thing's moving, I'm going to shoot you in the foot and turn this thing around. Whitman chuckles to himself and says, you can't turn a train around, you just go backwards. Whitman breaks out a deck of cards and says, how about a quick hand of poker after a shower and some food? Powell looks at the cards and asks, whose faces are on those cards? Whitman answers, they are people who collaborated with the government to bring on the big event. Like this guy, we have reason to believe he's going to be coming through here to get to his family's property up north. Powell says no and good night. In the first time in over a year, Powell lays down on a real bed with clean white sheets right after a nice hot shower. Powell wakes up suddenly, trying to process what he thinks he just heard. Outside, down by the main road, the group of men have stopped another vehicle, just like they did with Powell. They have him surrounded, outgunned, and blocked in. A man in the bucket of the front-end loader fires a single shot through the neck of the driver. His shot is deliberate, off to one side, so the driver is incapacitated, forcing him to only concentrate on stopping the bleeding. The shooter jumps down and walks right up to the window of the truck so he can look the wounded man right in the eyes. The man leans down and says with a rough voice, "You're the jack of clubs. Reap what you've sown." He yells and starts blasting the man apart. He circles the truck, continuing to fire at the driver, his eyes black and cold like a shark when it's feeding. Powell comes down to see what all the shooting is about. A man tells Powell the guy doing the shooting lost family in the camps. His daughter was raped and killed by the guards in the camp, and his grandson and granddaughter starved to death there. The man in the truck he is lighting up was the person who provided all of the fencing for the camps. He looks at it this way: no fence, no camp. If we stop someone whose face is on a card, we all hold back and let the Reaper do his thing. We all had a dog in the fight, but not like this guy. And that is the end of episode 3. I'm going to show you a behind the scenes how I do it. I take the photographs of miniatures and then I desaturate them. I take all the color out of them and I change them as much as I can. Then I enter them into a program that turns them into a cartoon. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You have all different kinds of settings to create the cartoon. I use 3 different programs. And what I do is I select what areas look good in a photograph and bring those out, just erase a different layer over it. And it's a lot of work, but it takes an entire month to produce one of these. So anyway, I never went to school. I never went past the 8th grade. I don't really read or write well. So all I have to do this is by winging it. I don't really understand how to read all the, the proper procedures, and I could never go to school for this. I'd lose my mind. So anyway, this is what my little nitwit brain came up with. I hope you enjoy it. So this is the end of episode 3, and I moved into my new place. This is my new studio. It's, basically my bedroom now, and, it's tiny, and it's not anywhere near what I used to have, but I'm kicking its butt. Oh, by the way, please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. That really helps the algorithms. If you want to see this thing grow, you've got to help me with that. Thank you.